Capricorn. Hello, my Capricorns. How are you? Sounds like candy corns. And then as a Capricorn, you're like, no, it doesn't. That's okay. Hey, this is LowkeyMagickal, here to do a tarot read for you. Of course, it's a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone, but that's okay. You're a grown-up. I think you can handle that. And this is for mid-May. I have shuffled the cards and meditated on your precious Capricorn energy. I know who you guys are out there. And I am choosing, let's say, stack number 3 to get this started. And the beginning energy that we have, okay, don't gasp. It's the Tower. Something has come to an end. Something has changed. All right, so there was this tower. It was nicely built. Thought things were going pretty well. And then out of nowhere, lightning hits. And seriously, this guy was in the shower. Like, that's how unprepared he was. He's buck naked. So something may have caught you off guard, my darling Capricorn. Something that was out of the blue, but not all towers are negative. Towers get a bad rap, but they can be just the thing you need. When something's got a little bit bigger than you intended for it to be. When some energy has gotten a little bit out of hand. When a health issue that you thought you had under control suddenly lets you know that no, it is not under control. A job that you thought was super duper secure, but maybe you had gotten a little bogged down in it, but you weren't brave enough to make the change. Man, I can go off the Tower. Seriously, like you weren't brave enough to really put your resume and get out there and do it, but you sat at your desk going, man, I hate my job, I hate it. And then suddenly one day, someone comes along and goes, by the way, we are eliminating your department. And now you are forced to you're thrown out naked. The thing about the Tower is it's just better to have, in general, your life on an even enough keel so that when a Tower moment happens, because they are inevitable, you're not thrown out naked. This is kind of part of this. Part of this message is either you just got through a Tower. What do we learn from the Tower? That's really it. Not to be caught naked when the lightning strikes. Because this leads us to kind of a hanged man. It literally, I like the way this is shaping up. This is, what do I do now? And I love how the two of these, if you look at them, they're almost in the same position. This is great. I'm loving this, Capricorn. Literally, what do I do now? Like, the good thing about the hanged man is because he is stuck and cannot go anywhere from where he is, he is forced to take a moment and see things from a new perspective. So of course, that's where a Tower is going to lead you. It makes so much sense. That means, and look at the sun here. This is another important part of this. Look at the sun. There is value and information in this change of perspective. There is value and information and wisdom that comes from a forced change of perspective. There we go. That's what it's saying to me. And it may have been because of the Tower. So if you can relax and get over the fact that it was such a shock and allow yourself to receive the gift of having the change of perspective, and almost, it's like if you're exhausted and you are begging for a rest internally, you're like, man, it'd be great if I had a rest. And then something comes along and you get sick. Now you don't want to get sick, but it's almost like your wish of getting the rest was granted. Unfortunately, it came with being sick. We don't want that. We don't want a Tower moment to force us into that changed perspective. Let's learn from this to say, from now on, I'm going to make the choice. I'm not going to drag my feet on changing the job until I get laid off and now I'm forced to sit and think about it. I can choose to take this perspective and learn from it so that in the future, these Towers are not so catastrophic. And the next card we pull is the Four of Cups. And let's look at this, because the Four of Cups sort of represents, now the cups are our feelings and our emotions about what's going on around us, about ourselves. And this person has 3 full cups right here. but is dissatisfied with these cups because he's really focused on this cup that he doesn't have yet. And this can be interpreted in a couple of ways. One, you can be so focused on the cups you have that you don't see what's being offered. But really, to me, it's almost like a dissatisfaction. These weeds are growing up around the cups he has, and it's a rat, that's what it is. It's about to get into one of the cups he has because he's not paying attention to what he's got. He's more focused on what he doesn't have yet, or what he feels is just over the horizon. And so this also sends a message to me not to get caught up in what just happened. Not to get so caught up in, if only things could have been different. If only I had seen that coming. If only I had already put my resume out there. If only I had seen those signs that I clearly didn't want to see when I was at the top of that tower. And if this is relationship based, boy, I mean, especially with feelings like this, it's easy to get caught up in this lost cup that you just lost, or this cup that you thought you had and didn't have, or this cup that you thought you were moving towards, but guess what? It still hasn't happened yet. It's getting too wrapped up in what hasn't happened, didn't happen. These are great, but they're not really what I wanted. Like, don't get caught up in that. That is not the most productive energy to be in. It's part of a grieving process, don't get me wrong. I think that it is a natural part. Four of Cups after a tower, absolutely that's gonna happen. But my message for this is, don't get stuck there. Don't let the rat start nibbling on the cups that you already have. You've got things that you took with, obviously this guy's naked, but once you sift through the rubble, you've always got something that you can take with you. Don't let those cups tarnish those good feelings you got, those awesome people you met, the good memories you had from the relationship, the kids that you had together before, something awful happened, or what. Just, I'm saying, don't let bitterness come in and offer you a taste of, you know what that is. I don't even have to go that far into it. But regret can just eat you up, and pretend wishful thinking and pretending you have a time machine and all of those things can get you started down a thought process that never ends in a good place. So we focus on the cups that are full. And where does that of course it does. Now there's a Queen of Cups energy that pops up. That's the strength that gives you when you have been through a tower moment, when you have been stuck in a forced change of perspective, where you dwelt in Four of Cups energy and said, man, that was rough. I understand I have good things that came out of it, whatever they were, but I miss those good times, and I miss the fact that I had a goal there that I was working towards, and now I don't have that goal, and now When we don't get, yes, we're there for a minute, but we fly on through it, just like these birds, and we head towards that sun, the sun that's offering us the information that came from this, the good things that came from this, the dipping your toe in the Four of Cups, but saying, no, I don't live there. That gets you to a Queen of Cups energy. Yes, it's a feminine aspect on the card, but the Queen of Cups is that regal ownership of emotions. I'm not saying that those emotions are even keeled all the time. That's part of the feminine energy here in the chaos that's represented by the storm in the background. That's going to be there. Those volatile emotions will be there. But when you have that regal confidence, when you know that what you've been through puts you in a place where you deserve this respect, the respect you're giving yourself, let's be honest. The respect you're giving yourself by not letting yourself get whipped upside down by every little tower moment, by not letting yourself get stuck here where you never learn the lesson and you only wallow in this Four of Cups energy. No. We come through it at the end strong. We come through it at the end knowing that our emotions can sometimes take us on quite a ride, but we can see it from this regal perspective, from this tall and regal perspective. Yes, I see the storm is coming. I see the stormy seas. I'm going to ride this out because I got this. I got this. I love that. And why do we got this? Why do we got this? The Magician card comes up next, and I love the Magician card. The Magician is the number one. It is like the original energy of the universe that starts from point A and begins the entire life cycle. It contains the energies of all the suits, the earth, the work in the world, our wands, the emotions, the cups, and our thoughts, the swords. The Magician knows how to put these things into perfect balance, and it's like an alchemy card to bring those things that are not real, our ideas, our wishes, the things that we really want to create, and bring them down to the physical. The reason that you have the ability to do all of this is because you have built tools over time. This to me says that this has kind of woken up something a little bit deeper in you. I mean, we could take this as a surface energy and, oh, I had a relationship and the relationship went bad and now I'm gonna find the man of my dreams and I'm not gonna pout anymore. But this seems a little bit deeper. When the Magician comes up, I want you to understand there's something deep. You have shed something that maybe your family has carried for a long time, that maybe your individual soul has carried from a long time. Some alchemy has taken place via the energy of this Tower recovery and then eventual landing in the Queen of Cups. You have unlocked something for yourself here that really sort of internally, I want you to take that moment where you can say, wow, I have permission to create whatever I want, and I completely have the ability to do so, and I don't need anyone else's permission for it. It is all, now remember, we're all one, but I feel as if in your energy you've given a lot of power away, and that's partly what led to this Tower. You've given a lot of power away over time. And now you know that you are the one that had the power all the time. You were the one with the creative energy. You were the one that was taking the raw materials and really creating something with it. And now you are open to do it freely. You have permission. You have the stability. You have the support. You have the tools. You have the permission from the universe. Wow, this one really came out. I feel like I did a sermon there for a minute. Wow. Capricorns, embrace your magic. Make it happen. All right, well, if you'd like a private read, if this resonated for you, you can leave a note down at the bottom in the comments. You can like, you can subscribe, you can reach out to me on Facebook for a private read if you like. LowkeyMagickal with a K. Enjoy the rest of your day.